Check out that morning sky. It's Tuesday morning. At what time is it? A little before 7.
6:58.
I'm sitting in the car with my husband because he's taking the bus to work.
Taking the bus.
Do you know how many of my videos have you just like
Just repeating?
Yeah, you're like the rapper, the backup rappers, you know.
MC Fears.
MC Fears. So anyway, he's taking the bus today because later this afternoon. Actually, let me turn on. I think I should probably put a light on so they see us better. Later this afternoon, I'm going to be picking him up from work, and he's going to be accompanying me to my big appointment. The big appointment is a triple appointment. First, 2 o'clock, mammogram. 2:30, ultrasound. And then supposedly at 3 o'clock I see, I guess you call her my breast doctor.
Surgeon.
She's a surgeon, but people go to her for like just
preventative stuff
to
too.
like get their breast exams and stuff. So, but I was even told on the phone, like, you know how it is here, it might be 4 o'clock before you actually see her. So it's going to be potentially a very long afternoon.
Yeah.
And very, very scary. I have to admit, I cried myself to sleep last night. It's scary.
Yeah.
What's at stake here is like pretty intense. And I've been worried. Oh, I'm just hoping that we walk out of there just feeling elated and relieved.
Yeah. Nothing but a little flesh.
But, you know, the possibility exists that that won't be the case. And I realized that emotionally, like, gearing up for this, it's a really strange thing. Because there's this level of risk that I feel about being optimistic. And the way I described it yesterday, I finally kind of got it in my own head, is that it feels like humiliating to be optimistic if it turns out that I don't have good reason to be optimistic. I mean, if it turns out to be bad news, put it that way. Like, it feels like if someone's going to slap you in the face and you come into it smiling, that's more of a humiliation than if you come into it like with your teeth gritted and saying, go ahead, I can take it, you know? That's why.
Yeah. It's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, in some ways it's easier to come into it with a defensive posture. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to be ready for the fight.
Yeah.
Because there's less at risk. It's like if you already sort of anticipate that this might be bad news.
Right. Then you feel like you're braced for it or something, and you don't feel. Somehow, for me, it sits like humiliation, embarrassment, or shame or something. If I come into it optimistic and it turns out to be bad news, then it feels like a slap in the face. Yeah. It's going to feel like a slap in the face no matter how I come into it if it's bad news. But that's what I was realizing yesterday. Mm-hmm. That's part of the struggle I've had in the last few days, sort of orienting myself to this. Man, I feel for all of us who've been through this, down this road, going for. I mean, this is just the first of many. I guess it gets easier, but it's always hard. It must always be hard. There's going to be more crying myself to sleep. Assuming this goes well, there will be more scans where I will be worried.
Yeah.
And then and people have things like where it's 2 years out and they have like a pain in their hip, and then they find out, you know, or they start having a cough, or they start having headaches and blurry vision, like.
So
and,
what?
You know,
physical symptom?
Yeah, what physical symptom? Or a lump, or you know, a lump is less of a concern. I mean, it's still a huge concern, but then blurry vision, that means a much more a difficult battle ahead. Oh, all right, so the beautiful sky has now become just plain old gray. Glad I caught it for you people. And we're just going to commence waiting for the bus.
Arriving any minute.
Any minute. Have a nice day, dear. Love you. And they're off. The corporate drones. Actually, I don't think Jim is a corporate drone. He's a state drone. There they go. And now, on with the day. Breathe, Amy, breathe. Oh, please work. Yes. try. That time it worked. Yay. Turkeys. There's one. This feels so familiar, and yet it feels like it's been a really long time. This drive into Hartford on a weekday, going to pick up my husband at work so that he can accompany me to a doctor's appointment. And I'm a little sick to my stomach, which is also familiar, but it's a little bit different. It's not like sick, like anticipating chemo sick to my stomach. It's sick with nervousness. I am so afraid I'm going to find out that there's more cancer to deal with today. There he is. And he's making that face he makes when he sees that I'm filming. Nervous.
Yeah.
Give me a kiss. Are you nervous?
Yeah.
Good news. The ultrasound, mammogram, everything, nothing to worry about. And we're very excited and relieved. And the ultrasound tech said that Jim is supposed to take me out to dinner now.
Absolutely. Going to dinner.
We're going to Whole Foods. You know us. That's where we go out to dinner. They have a salad bar. And besides, we're out of bananas. Alright, so thank you for being nervous with us, and I felt you holding my hand through the Ethernet, through the interwebs, whatever people like to say. Thank you. Thank you for caring. And I'm so relieved that now I get to put this behind me for at least a little while. Oh no, just for another just for another couple weeks until I have to go to see the medical oncologist, because she wants to do blood tests to look for tumor markers. So hopefully all of that will be fine. I'm not as worried about that. So yeah, what they said was that the swelling that I was experiencing is actually just swelling. It's probably from a leftover from radiation. So it's nothing that looks like cancer. Those flowers there are for me. Celebrating a big day. Jim and I picked him out, but he's in line with our groceries. I wanted something that felt like confetti. Beautiful, thank you. Oh, okay. So the celebration continues. We just bought me a new desk chair. And we have this nice help carrying it to the car. I think you're going to want to put it in the back seat, because there's groceries in here. Oh, alright, we'll move the groceries. Awesome. Thank you. You too. Look at my new chair, everybody. I'm going to have so much awesome productivity. You'll see. So we've been talking about buying me a new office chair since I moved in with Jim 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago.
That's right.
And it took us 5.5 years, but it's kind of time, because my old chair is like the padding stuff on the arms is falling off. So it was time. So it's Thursday, it's a couple days after my major checkup, and I'm still not quite, I don't know how to put it, but I haven't quite crashed. There's this strange thing that happens. You'd think that when someone tells you you have cancer and all that stuff, you would just like entirely fall apart and curl up into a ball, and there was a little of that for sure. But there's also this huge adrenaline rush. And somehow approaching this appointment today was like revisiting that, and I haven't slept. Ouch, there's a rock in my shoe. I haven't slept a lot lately. Really, that's inappropriate. And yay, let's run. I don't have time for this. I actually did go for a run today already, so I don't know. The adrenaline rush has not worn off. Your You're being really bossy. I'm printing out some textile patterns I've been working on. I've got 3 color combinations. They're different, like, imagine those are different fabric swatches all laid out on a page together. Millie doesn't really feel very much interest in these. I'm excited about them because I finally calibrated my printer to my screen, and I actually calibrated to both screens. I have 2 screens now. It's pretty cool. This dog. You know that when a dog starts to like chew on everything, it means it really just needs to have a bowel movement. Well, that's what's going on. So I'm gonna take her to the park for a walk. Stop it. Okay, I understand. I got the message. You want to go out and play and, you know, move your bowels. Luckily, it's sunny out. Look, there's sun. There's sun in my office. Okay, we're gonna go. It'll be fun. It'll be wonderful. Just want to see how the purples look. I'm just curious. Oh, they're just coming out. Alright, we'll be in suspense together. Okay? Alright, bye. Okay, I get the message. You're funny. Okay, look, there's some purple. Yay, purple and pink.